the degradation of society comes when there's a breakdown, okay, in families and marriages, and it starts with the marriages. And so it's really, really important for those that are younger in their marriage journey to, get the knowledge and things that they need. So anyway,
if they can get your marriage, then they can get your kids.
Yep.
And that's who's they? Just society. If society can turn your marriage
the
around,
system, right?
they can get to your kids. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Stephen and Corey and Get It Together. This is season 4. We are so incredibly excited and pumped, about what's in store for this season. Let's get things kicked off, though. Hey, I'm Stephen, and this is...
And I'm Corey, which you guys know if you've been following us. You know what's really...
Isn't she beautiful?
He's supposed to say that, right? Thank you. You're supposed to say that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, come on. Where's mine?
Oh, and he's so handsome. It just takes my breath away.
Exactly.
Okay, so we are real excited about this season because we've got some interesting topics. We've
grown.
We've grown.
We have grown like so much.
Yeah.
By the way, maybe we should do a show on husband and wives working together.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
You know what?
You guys want that? I'd like that.
Let me tell you something. We have grown a lot.
Yeah. And we've worked together outside of this, as you know. If you've ever gone to our StephenandCorey.com website, you know that we've worked together.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just fun to do new ventures. And you're going to hear about that in one of our topics.
That's
so
right.
One of our topics we're talking about is taking retirement and life in retirement. And what does that look like?
I think they should actually take that word out of the dictionary, right?
Yeah, you retire a horse. You don't retire. And when you retire a horse, you usually put him down,
Exactly.
So retirement for us is not that.
It's not.
And I hope it's not that for
Maybe
you guys
we'll
either.
retire from the things we don't want to do anymore.
Yeah. I think retirement should really be called second season.
That's exactly.
What are you going to do in your second season?
Your life. Right.
But we're going to talk about that in an episode. And then we have a show for navigating long distance relationship challenges. Yeah. Okay, we've been there. We were there for a short period where we were a long distance relationship. And it can be hard.
Oh, yeah.
It really can.
Yeah, exactly.
But we have ways to help you make it better. You always know, we have tips and techniques, and then we have stats that we love to carry with you. And the best part is we have stories of others.
That's right.
Not just our story, but stories of others.
Yeah. Well, so what were some of the other topics that we're going to get into in season 4?
So we also have in-law insights.
In-law insights? Oh,
navigating relationship with extended family.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting one because we were talking with our social media producer, and she was saying, for her and her culture, their in-laws are part of the family at all times, So it just depends on where you live and your culture and how you perceive in-laws. Are they really called in-laws, or are they just another part of your family?
Well,
so we're going to talk about that too.
There's another thing too. When we think about our in-laws, this is like something very simple, but relative to the in-law situation, I remember back over 40 years ago when I met your folks, right? They actually told me, don't call them mom and dad. They said, we're not your mom. We're not your dad. Right.
Yeah.
So her mother said, call me Donna. That's my name. Right.
And I was like, you're lucky. You got off the hook.
on the flip side, folks, my parents, they wanted her to call them mom and dad.
So this is your mom, and I was like, well, my mom doesn't sound like this, And so that was it was a difficult thing. And that's just the immediate in-laws. Forget about the extended family. That's a whole nother chapter of your life.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk about that and how you relate to them and how you function as a healthy family.
Exactly.
And then what else do we have? We're talking about jealousy, understanding and managing jealousy
in a relationship.
Good one. That's a good one too.
Jealousy.
Yeah. So we've got a list of things that we're covering, and when we've got some guests for you too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we always like to have guest couples come on and share their stories. So you're going to meet some new people this year or this season, and we know you're going to like
it.
And
as a matter of fact, if you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, we'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. Okay?
You know what it's like. I mean, it's no different for you to be a guest than for people that we know that are guests.
Absolutely.
And we'd love to have you on.
We love long-term relationships. Yeah. So if you guys been married 50 plus years,
or even if you've been married, we do also like
young marrieds as well.
We like the young marrieds. Steve and I, when we first got married, And our church, we joined a young married group. Eventually, we became leaders of the young marrieds, one of the leaders of the young marrieds groups.
That's right.
And it's so important
Oh, it's huge.
to be around other couples.
That's right. Wisdom.
Yeah, and get other young couples in a young marriage group, but get the wisdom from the person who's leading it.
Those who've gone.
Yeah, and so we love that because we were able to befriend. Remember Howard and Glenda?
Oh,
Carrie?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
They became such great friends of ours because they were older and we could just talk about
exactly.
marriage, and just what goes on, and especially on the spiritual level of marriage and what that means.
That's good.
But so, yeah, we started with a young marrieds group, and then we actually started teaching marriage classes at our church. As we got older, we just decided, let's just teach a marriage class.
Absolutely.
And a course in biblical, what's the Bible say about marriage and how each spouse's gifts can enhance the marriage.
Yeah.
So,
and that's important, folks, because, again, if you look across, history, the degradation of society comes when there's a breakdown, in families and marriages, and it starts with the marriages. And so it's really, really important for those that are younger in their marriage journey to, get the knowledge and things that they need. So anyway,
if they can get your marriage, then they can get your kids.
Yep.
And that's who's they. Just society. If society can turn your marriage
the
around,
system, right?
They can get to your kids. So anyway, we're excited about that. We're excited about having this new season with you, and we hope you've enjoyed the reels and have enjoyed the previous recordings that we've done.
We're looking forward to blasting off into season 4, and come along and join us. It's going to be a wonderful ride.
Yes, looking forward to see you there. Stephen and Corey, get it together.